Welcome everyone, and thanks for tuning in. This is our first episode of Let's Talk Work. For those of you that may not know us, we are a New York-based facade restoration company working across all areas of the building. A lot of this work happens out of sight, and that's exactly what this series is about. We want to sit down with experts in our industry and talk about the work they do, how they got there, and what it really takes to get things done. And today, we're starting with a role that literally operates above the city. I'm joined today by Gabriel, who's our Director of Rope Access. Gabriel has nearly 10 years of experience working at extreme heights and leading rope access teams on complex projects. Gabriel, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Let's start at the beginning. How did you first get into this line of work? Was rope access always part of the plan?
No, actually, it was never part of the plan. I had been doing a variety of different jobs throughout the years, kind of a jack of all trades things. A friend that I grew up with was in rope access, and I saw it and I thought to myself, like, that's so cool. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. So, after talking with him about it for a while and after some time, he gave me an opportunity and let me try it out.
Do you remember your first day at work or first time you got on a rope?
It was very shortly after starting. We were on a building where there was just an opportunity, and my supervisor asked me, hey, are you ready? You want to try it out? Gave me a rundown of how everything works and kind of just threw me out there. And the second I was over the edge of a building, I was happy, I was excited, and I couldn't believe what I was doing, basically.
Cool. What went through your mind that day?
Don't drop anything, right? Just everything. The excitement of trying something new. It's like, being on a tall building, on the roof of a tall building when you're not used to it, let alone getting in a harness and then hanging off the building, using power tools. So it was a lot to take in.
How long have you been doing rope access now?
I've been doing rope access for about 10 years now. I started out when my friend brought me in, worked at a few different places where I gained a lot of experience and gained a lot of tools in my career.
Cool. And what made you stick with it?
After doing it for a little while, I saw that there was potential in it. I saw that I was advancing pretty quickly. And then I looked into the future and I saw, if it was something that I could support myself with or make a career out of, and it was. So I just decided to continue pursuing it.
For someone listening or watching who may not know what industrial rope access is, how would you explain it?
Well, when most people think of rope access, or they start to think about it, they think of like window washers or window cleaning, because that's typically what most people have seen, but it's so much more than that. Industrial rope access really involves doing the maintenance, repair, restoration, and construction work on the building. Just like you would see people, workers on a scaffold, or pipe scaffold, or a swing scaffold doing work on the walls. We do the same thing, but we're in a harness and just attached to two ropes.
Great. Thank you for that. How is it different from supported scaffolding or suspended scaffolding?
Well, the main difference is it's easier to mobilize, it's quicker to mobilize, it involves a lot less equipment, less time to set up. It's less of what people call an eyesore. People don't really notice that we're even on a building or working on it unless they look up. It's less disturbance of the pedestrians and neighboring properties all around. It's a little bit more efficient.
It's a lot less all around then.
Yeah.
Why do building owners and engineers choose rope access?
Mostly efficiency, I would say. We're able to access areas that maybe aren't able to be accessed through traditional methods, or there is no way to access it. We're able to kind of get in there with very little equipment, and we're able to get in and out and address whatever situation necessary. Also causes less of a disturbance to pedestrians and neighboring buildings.
And this is exactly what tenants don't want.
Yeah, right. They don't want to see a big scaffold outside of their window. They don't want, a construction site set up around, especially, New York. You're paying all this money to live here and these nice buildings, and that just comes with the territory sometimes.
And just so they know, what type of work do you typically do up there?
So when we're up there, we do a variety of restoration work, whether it be waterproofing and sealant, masonry repair, natural stone repair, nets for any emergency situations to secure a building, all of that.
Outside, rope access looks exciting. What's the reality of the job day to day?
Well, it is exciting, but it's also very demanding. Physically, like I said earlier, you're using muscles you've never used before. Your entire body is hanging, just from your waist loop in your harness, and you have to stay mentally focused the whole time. You have to be aware of your environment, aware of what tools you're using, what you're doing on the building, because every move is calculated and everything matters when you're at those levels.
Oh yeah. What's the most challenging part of the job?
I would say since we're exposed to the elements, we're working outside, it would be changing conditions, maybe a change in the detail of work. Like you have to be very highly adaptable because sometimes things look good on paper or in drawings. When you're getting in front of it, things might be different or things might change. And you have to remember, no one's really gotten in front of this but you, because it's so rare that someone's able to inspect the building from the outside the way we do.
So how much does weather affect your work?
A lot, actually. Weather will determine how the day goes every day, basically. We are working outside. We're exposed to the elements. And also we're working at heights. So high winds, different forms of precipitation, temperatures too low or too high could all affect the workers themselves, the materials we're applying on the building, or the repairs we're doing. So the weather kind of determines the day-to-day activity.
Nice. It's really good information. What's something people assume about rope access that's completely wrong?
Well, they assume it's very dangerous or it's reckless or unsafe. When in reality, I feel like it's one of the safest places to be in the city. A lot of questions I've gotten throughout my career is, how can you do that? Or people say, you can't pay me enough to go that high. When in reality, you're in 100% control of all the systems you're using. It's top of the line stuff. So it's way safer than anybody can think.
So what's the tallest building you've ever worked on?
The tallest building I worked on was a residential high-rise building. It was about 1,400 feet at the top.
Wow, that's a lot. What is it like being that high above everything?
It really gives you perspective. It kind of lets you view the city at scale, right? It's another way of like being on top of the world, right? Like you see everything around you, things that you usually just see on a map or in pictures, and you're able to see it firsthand, and it kind of puts things in perspective a little bit.
A little off topic here, but what's the best view you've ever had?
The best view, I would say the sunrise at the top of the Empire State Building, because you're kind of in the middle of the city. You can see, all around, and when the sun's coming up, and you see the city lights coming off and the sun coming up, it's quite spectacular.
Is it better than your wedding picture? Don't answer that.
I was like, my wedding picture.
Have you ever had a moment that really tested you?
I would say one thing that always stands out is at the beginning of my career, right? When you're first starting out, you don't have as much experience because, it takes time. But there was a moment where I was pretty high up in a building, I would say over 30 stories, and I had gotten stuck on the ropes, or I had done something that I felt I wasn't sure how to navigate out of, and I felt like I was stuck, and it was a possible rescue situation. So I communicated that to my supervisor upstairs, but luckily he was able to calmly talk me through what I should do, and you kind of got to just slow down. And fortunately, with the right guidance and coaching, I got myself out of that situation and continued the day.
Thank God.
Yeah.
What did those experiences teach you?
Well, they taught me that experience is everything, really. No matter how prepared you are, you can check off every box. Your gear, everything could be 100%, but then conditions change every minute. And this is a job where you do have to be highly adaptable. So experience is everything. Right now, if I were to be in the same situation I was a few years back, in an instant I'd get out of it just because of my experience. So you have to be able to go through a lot of situations to learn from those and then build on that.
Nice. So safety is a big focus at Pyramid.
Of course.
What does safety really mean for rope access?
So safety is a mindset. Before we even leave the ground, there's a lot of communication that goes on, pre-planning, We prepare materials or tools, whatever it may be. And once we're actually working, we are constantly checking our systems and checking conditions while we work, monitoring the situation and making sure we're still working safely in everything we do.
As a leader, what's your biggest responsibility?
Safety is the biggest responsibility, right? Number one priority is making sure the team, myself, everyone involved is safe in everything we do. After that, it's making sure the team is comfortable performing the work, that they are adequately prepared, and make sure that they're in an environment that whatever they need, they can reach out to someone and receive the proper resources.
Good, good. And what do you look for in someone who wants to get into rope access?
I look for somebody who's disciplined, pays attention to detail, someone who could focus on something. It's one of the biggest parts of the job. And, don't be afraid of heights is always a big plus.
That's a hard one. And what is one motto or slogan you live by?
Well, it's easy. I think that everything could get done in this field with a little bit of rope and a little bit of hope.
Well, we're now in the final part of this episode, but we're going to end it with a little rapid fire. Coffee before the climb or after?
Before.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Most important skill in rope access?
Focus.
One word to describe your job?
Precision.
Advice for someone curious about this career?
Take training seriously. Never stop learning.
Thank you so much, Gabriel.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.
My pleasure.
To everyone listening, this is just the beginning. We will bring you more conversations with industry professionals across many areas of work. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of Let's Talk Work.